Yo, what's going on, my transit family?
Hey guys.
Hey.
Hey guys, miss you all. How are y'all doing?
Good morning, ladies. So good to see you.
Yo, what's up, guys?
Hey, I've missed y'all so
And now, together from all our homes across the city, welcome to Transit.
Dave, what's up?
Hey,
How are you?
Well, I'm great.
Yeah.
It's fun to be back in the office.
I
you
know.
It's been
So
nice.
pumped to be back.
What have y'all been doing, like with your free time?
So we've had a lot of free time.
So much time to plan games.
to play games and
Oh,
think
great.
about
I
when the
love it.
students are back because
Great.
they're not
It's our
back
favorite
yet.
Yes.
But we're really excited. We actually came up with a pretty fun game.
Okay.
You're not gonna believe it.
Well, it looks.
We were eating some Cheetos
Mhm.
and some applesauce.
Wow.
Yeah, and so we had this idea.
Yeah,
And so you tested it, I'm sure.
so we're not sure if it's gonna work, so we need someone to test it, and
Okay.
we would love for you to test it.
What? Do you guys didn't feel like you could test it?
No,
just
we
don't really
didn't
want
want
to.
to.
Okay.
So
We
what
thought
we're gonna do,
you would be a
you're
good
gonna
one.
need this. It's gonna be a
good
little
test.
bit messy.
Okay.
Move that. That is
Alright.
valuable.
Okay.
So basically, just put your face in it, and you have 10 seconds to
And
find
take
a
a Cheeto out.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go! Okay, can you find? Wait, you put the Cheetos in there, right?
They're in the
Oh!
Oh!
Did I win?
You got it! You win!
Did I win?
You
You got it!
You
What's the
win.
prize?
We don't
we
have
haven't
a
gotten
prize.
that
This
far
was just
yet.
a test.
Okay.
This was just a test.
Yeah.
Oh, this is great game, guys. Great job.
Yeah.
Wow.
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 I don't really feel like
I
that
didn't
was
love
a good
that
game.
game.
We're probably not
I
gonna
think we could.
play that.
Don't expect that one. Well, anyways, happy Sunday, guys. We are missing games like that. But the good news is, come September, we're going to get to do more of that outside. And it's going to be fantastic.
It's going to be incredible. But for this Sunday, we have an awesome message by our good friend Lauren.
Yep.
And then jump into conversation with your small group, whether you're with them right now or it's via Zoom. We hope you guys have an incredible conversation, and we cannot wait
Can't
to
wait.
see you soon. We are counting down the days. We love you guys. Have an awesome Sunday.
See you guys.
Have you ever prayed for something you really wanted? Maybe it was a new iPhone, or an A on your math test, or a puppy. You wanted it so bad, and you were certain God would give it to you. But He never did. This happened to me quite a few times, and for a while it really frustrated me. Why didn't God tell my parents to give me a puppy? I promised Him that I could take care of it and my mom wouldn't have to. Or why didn't God let me score the winning goal in the soccer game? I ran as fast as I could and kicked the ball as hard as possible, but I still missed the goal. And I thought to myself, of course, this is just my luck. And that's what we're going to be talking about over the next couple of weeks. Does luck and faith go hand in hand? You see, I felt like I was always having bad luck. Nothing ever seemed to go my way. I started to wonder if I was doing something wrong. Was I not praying enough? Were my prayers not long enough? Did I not have enough faith? And I knew that God had said no, but I didn't know why, or if the no was for forever. And this left me wondering if God cared about me. Was He even listening? Was He even capable of giving me what I want? I thought I knew what was best for me. And if God disagreed, then He must not want me to be happy. Maybe you can think of a time when you were little and you prayed for something pretty silly. When I was a kid, I remember praying to be a mermaid who was also a superhero and a lawyer. Thank goodness God said no, because that sounds exhausting. And also, I can't hold my breath long enough to be a mermaid. But in the moment, it was what I really wanted. And now, being older and a little smarter, I can look back and clearly see that being a crime-fighting mermaid wasn't the best thing for me. If I lived in the ocean, I would have missed all that God had planned for me here on land. I'm sure most of us can look back and remember something we prayed for. And now, seeing the bigger picture, We're thankful God answered our prayers in His way and in His timing. You see, the problem with my prayers was never God. If God wanted me to be a crime-fighting mermaid, I'm sure He could have made that happen. He is and will always be capable of helping us. The problem was what I was praying for. I was begging God for something that would have only brought short-term happiness. 4-year-old me would have loved to be a mermaid. 24-year-old me, not so much. I didn't know what was best for me, but God did. There's a story about Jesus interacting with a man who really wanted something. He wanted to be healed. But he says 4 words that we rarely say when praying to God. Listen to what Luke tells us. While Jesus was in one of the towns, a man came along who was covered with leprosy. When he saw Jesus, he fell with his face to the ground and begged him, "Lord, if you are willing, you can make me clean." Jesus reached out his hand and touched the man. "I am willing," he said. "Be clean." And immediately the leprosy left him. If you are willing. When's the last time we said that when praying? This man knew Jesus was capable. He never doubted that Jesus could cure him, but he asks in a way one would ask someone who hasn't promised to help. The man knew Jesus wasn't a magic genie, and sometimes I think we get that confused. We look at God and think, I have unlimited wishes. He'll give me everything I want. But it's just not true. This man knew he wasn't entitled to everything, including being healed. He knew he didn't have 3 wishes with Jesus. Instead, he asked and remained open to however Jesus would answer. We need to begin praying like this man. He never doubted Jesus' abilities. Rather, he trusted that Jesus knew what was best. And even if Jesus didn't help him, the man had already decided that Jesus knew more than he did. So he decided to trust him. What if we prayed like that? What if we began praying as if we really believe God knows what's best for us? Our attitude would change. Our outlook on life would change. All because we truly believed that God's got this. He knows exactly what I need, why I need it, and when I need it. Imagine being in a friendship where your friend always wanted something from you. They never listened to you, always interrupted, and never cared to hear what you had to say. It would be hard to be around them. Every conversation would be one-sided, and you would leave feeling exhausted. Now think about your relationship with God. Is it one-sided? Is it mainly you just asking for things? What does your dialogue with God look like? Do you ever take the time to just listen to Him? Or are you too focused on getting what you want? When we pray, we should really be praying like the leper. We need to understand that God is God, and He has wisdom and perspective far beyond what we have. Those 4 words, if you are willing, remind us that God is God, and we are not. There is a massive difference between praying, God, I need this, and I need that, and please give me this by this time and this day, and God, if you are willing. The first prayer says, I know what's best for me, and God should give me everything I ever want. The second prayer says, God knows more than me, and He sees the big picture. I do not. One says my will and what I think I need. The other says God's will is what I need, and His perspective is greater than mine. See, when I was in 6th grade, I remember praying, God, please don't make me move schools. It was right in the middle of the first year in middle school, and my parents had decided we were going to move from Florida all the way to Georgia. I was about to leave all of my friends, everything I had ever known, and walk into a school where I wouldn't recognize a single face in the hallway. I was terrified and thought I knew best, and what was best was for me to stay in Florida. Turns out, God knew a little more than me. He knew I would actually love this small town school and the people there. He knew I would make friends who would become my best friends, but not just in middle school, lifelong friends. And He knew that I would end up going to a college right here in Georgia. God saw the big picture, and I did not. Here's the thing. If we only ask God for stuff and view Him as a magician and believe that we know what's best for our lives, we will always be disappointed. Not because God isn't good, but because we are trying to find our joy in material things and present circumstances. If we pray knowing God is God and He knows what's best, and if we really desire what He has in store for us, our joy will be found in all that He has planned. The reality is, God already knows what you want. He knows every thought you've ever had. And even though that might scare you, it should make you take a sigh of relief, because God just wants to talk to you. He wants to hear all your dreams and all your desires, and it's not a bad thing to ask God for stuff, but don't put God in a box. God will answer your prayers. It may not be the way you want or when you want it answered, but know that God is God. And you are not, and He is going to do immeasurably more than you could ever imagine. So think about your last few prayers to God and take out all the requests for stuff. What's left? Did you thank Him for what you already have? Did you tell Him that you're excited for what He has in store for you today? Where could you have added those 4 powerful words, if you are willing? Think about this. What percentage of your prayers are spent asking God for stuff? Is it 20% listening to God and 80% asking for things, 50-50? Or is it totally one-sided and you spend about 100% of your prayers asking God to give you what you want? Be honest and talk about this with your small group.